Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
What is going on, folks? This is Steve with Race Day, and we are here. The night has come for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series Championship here in Homestead, Miami Speedway. The Battle Beaver Championship race today. A huge, huge race. We're going to find out who's going to win this big championship for season number 6 here for the ASRA. Cannot wait to get this thing going. Right now, we're in qualifying. Let's go trackside, and we'll catch you up on everything that's going on today. Right now, qualifying underway, as we already mentioned, and right now, Michael Johnson currently on the track, looking very, very strong as usual. So today, folks, here's how it's going to go down. There's 4 championship drivers in lime green on the side of your screen, you'll see. Those are the 4 drivers going for that Season 6 championship as Andrew Phipps goes to the top of the boards here. 33.18. So watch out for them. Everyone in green as they come across, you'll see them. Brandon Bowie, the first one to qualify here of the Championship 4. Puts up a 33.23 to start off with, but looks like that might be it. We'll see if he runs the high line here. Gets that great lap. But there he is, one of the drivers. Again, Season 3 champion. He's done it here before. This is where he won that championship. So can Bowie get it done again and go 2-time champion? We're going to find out. The other one right here, Mark Whitley, comes on track right now as well. Season 4 champion. And we know he can get the job done. Very good at Homestead. We're going to watch out for him to see how he can get this thing done for sure. But these 4 drivers, Brandon Bowie, Brandon Bowie, Mark Whitley, Nick Lights, and Blaze Crawford are your 4 championship drivers. So you'll see them with that lime green marker on the side of your screen. And today is simple. The driver of those 4 who finishes ahead of the other 3 is your champion. Just like the real world thing, we do the same thing here. Also, too, we've talked about that Contender Series Playoff Championship as well. That's basically a secondary championship. So it's like a best of the rest, if you will, of a championship. And they've had a bracket that kind of runs alongside that championship, and those are the drivers in yellow tonight, so you'll see them as well. Devin Smacker, Tim Robb, Christian Angel, and Frankie Barroso. So you'll see them go today as well. Same thing works for them, right? The highest finishing driver of those contender drivers in the yellow will be your contender champion as well. Not as prestigious, I guess, as the championship, but still something to fight for. And they're going to do that tonight. Right now, though, Mark Whitley up to P12. All kinds of drivers right now. Daryl Young in a new-looking ride today. We'll talk more about that later on. But Mark Whitley, there he is on the pole right now, 33.17. Extremely fast right there. Looking very, very good. A couple of more drivers right now on track as well. Nick Lights, another one of the contenders here in that Cardano Hosky machine right there. Huge partners of ours all season long. And really glad to see them on the track. So we'll see if they can get it done today. And Nick Lights was the two-time champion of the ASRA Truck Series when they had that going on. Back-to-back seasons, the only 2 seasons. And looking to get his first Cup Series championship. He has been a Championship 4 driver before. But man, looking to finally get it done now. Who else is on track? We're looking at, man, all kinds. Here we go. Frankie Barroso in the yellow. So we'll see that. You'll see this too today, folks. The drivers with the yellow banners on their cars. That's the contender 4 drivers. The ones in the green will be the championship drivers. Nice way of signifying the actual cars. Right now, P8 for Frankie Barroso. We're seeing Christian Angel as well. He'll be a contender 4 as well up at the front. But look at this. The top 8 right now is mostly championship drivers in one way or another. Matthew Pont subbing in. Looking good right there. Jackson Anderson into the grass, but right now is currently in P6. Have about a little over a minute left to go here in qualifying. So Tim Robb qualifies right now the highest of the contending drivers in 3rd spot. And here we go. Blaze Crawford. Gonna warm up those tires. This is the dude who's been blazing hot, no pun intended, early on. Right now in the playoffs, I feel like he's had kind of the most consistent streak, I guess you could call it. Right now, I feel like he's the hottest of these drivers as far as, you know, chances of winning and good positions. But then again, you know, Mark Whitley just won last week to even get here, right? He had to win and did it in Bristol. So we're going to see right now Blaze Crawford going for this championship in his first season. So very, very cool right now. As he qualifies, we're seeing James Kaufman coming around on track. Solid drivers this season. Gotten better and better. Looking pretty good. Brandon Bowie's still on track right now. I think he's doing laps. At this point, we're practicing in qualifying. That's kind of the nice thing about, you know, qualifying being 10 minutes, right? Is that you get all that time to practice. And that right there, Blaze Crawford actually didn't even have enough time to qualify, unfortunately. So that will end qualifying. They'll start in the back. Mark Whitley is going to be your pole sitter today, and that is huge news for him and his team, Harpoon Design Racing. Going to go down trackside now and get this thing going. The championship race presented by Battle Beaver, man. Huge, huge collaboration with them. Big thanks. There it is. The Battle Beaver Championship. We're going to crown one today for sure. The champion of the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Unbelievable. The season has just flown by. Pretty cool stuff. Right now, though, trackside, we are going to go. Here we go. So Mark Whitley going to be starting on the pole right there in P1. Awesome spot right there. Andrew Phipps, a great qualifier all season long, going to be starting in P2. Tim Robb in 3rd spot. There's the yellow, going for that contender championship today. Brandon Bowie right there, looking good in that Pride Month rainbow colored car. Awesome, awesome stuff right there. Rolling off in P4. Nick Lights, again, championship driver. P5. Jackson Anderson, 6th place. Michael Johnson, P7. Christian Angel, there he is, another one of those contending 4 drivers. Looking to get it done today. Frankie Barroso in P9. Jeremy Millerin, in P10. Kenny Real, P11. Julio Villalobos in 12th spot. Austin Salyers, 13th. Josh Larson in P14. Joseph Mealy, 15th. Loving that drip-drop.io machine. Matthew Fleming in that Flem Dogs car. Jacob Weiss, there he is. Richard Woodruff, P18. Daryl Young right there in that Wicked Cushions machine. Man, love that paint scheme. Matthew Pont in P20. Blaze Crawford didn't get the chance to qualify, but is a championship driver, so watch out for him getting through the field today. Roger Pierce, 21st spot. Love that Navy car right there. Dunkelberger rounding up in 23rd spot. James Kaufman, 24th. Brandon Davis is again out race control. Marshall Harris, don't look like he qualified, but he should be starting the field today, rounding out in 26th. Late breaking news right now. Devin Smecker, who you'll know as a winner this season, was a contender for driver here tonight in the yellow for the championship, but is not going to make it. I guess some pretty severe internet issues in his area, and man, they could not have come at a worse time. So hugely upsetting and disappointing for him in that camp. But either way, we know they're going to come back strong next season for season 7. So here we go. Right now, lap 1 out of 134 laps. Stage 1 will end on lap 30. So we have some time to figure this thing out. Stages don't really matter as far as the championship, but for the team owners championship, which is extremely close between Bowie, Flagship, and Murphy Esports, watch out. These points mean everything. Here we go. The Battle Beaver Championship race is underway. Green flag is out. And just like this, we're 3 wide. You got to be careful. You can't make a mistake early on. This is huge. There are no faster pairs in this race. Everyone is going to be scrambling, trying to get to the front, stay up front, right? What do you choose? The high line, the low line? The high line is definitely underrated right now. So we'll see if that works out. Mark Whitley, though, leads the first lap in this championship, and he has been a guy, keep in mind, he is extremely vocal about this kind of format. He does not like this championship format, comes down to one race and you got to beat out 3 other guys. He is not a huge fan of that, but that's how he won his season 4 championship in Auto Club. And here he is right now on the pole, leading his first laps. Can he do it again? We know how strong he is. Let's watch out for it. Brandon Bowie. This is a place where he's very comfortable. There he is, getting to P2 right now. He won his championship in Season 3 right here, Homestead, Miami. He knows this track. He can get it done today. Has to overcome, though, Mark Whitley and how strong he can be. Nick Lights, right now a championship driver in P4, has been one of the most consistent drivers all season long. As far as, just finishes and just, overall performance. Only 1 win on the season, but man, he has gotten here based on points. Very, very strong of a driver. So watch out for him to get himself in this position to be up front. But 3 out of the 4 are up top. Tim Robb, the highest position driver out of the contender 4 right now, in that 4th spot. Huge right there for him. If he can win this, obviously Apollo Motorsports, their first season in the league. And if they can get their driver a championship today for the contender series, that would be pretty massive. Blaze Crawford, update for him, already in the top 12 right now. Started 22nd, I believe it was. And here he is, making some moves early on. So for all intents and purposes, the contender 4 are now the contender 3 because of Devin Smecker's absence tonight. Again, with the internet issues, so hopefully everything works out for him there. But man, right now, this means even more, right? Frankie Barroso currently in 9th place. 3 race wins on the season, just couldn't get through to this race as a championship driver. Gonna get forced 3 wide now. Talked to Frankie earlier. He feels confident on the long runs, just needs to get them, right? Can't have yellow flags happening all the time. So we'll see him churn through the field Keep in mind, too, this is his home track as well. Frankie lives in the Miami area, so he loves this place. He goes here often. He knows this track very, very well, so expect Frankie to be patient today. Good stuff right now. Mark Whitley still up front. Brandon Bowie close behind in second. One thing to consider too, folks. Look at the cockpit. That sun, whew, huge right there. This is a sunset race, so we're going to see that sun going down as the night goes. Right now, it's not quite sunset time. Sun's going down, but not quite that time frame for the sun to be down fully. So we're going to get nighttime conditions by the time this thing is over. Going to be a lot of fun to see how this track transitions as far as track temps and heat, right? Does it get tighter? Does it get looser? A lot can happen. P5 and 6 right now. These are two drivers that don't have much to fight for as far as championship, but they are all in it to get their first win, their first, podium, right? Whatever it is. This is a huge checkmark race for these guys, right? How can they help their teammates? Or do they get the win themselves, right? Do they go for that win? A lot on the line. This is one place, too, that we've seen, and I just saw it right there where Anderson and Phipps got together on the straightaway. We've seen this before at this track, in this league especially, where, two guys, like one guy from behind might get a run, and they'll pull up to the side, but then kind of tag the left side of that car, right, as if they're like side drafting, but then it causes a wreck. So, got to be careful here for that. Side drafting typically works better if you're on the outside than the inside, but so far, though, a fantastic race. Lap number 10, 20 laps away from determining the first stage. And as we mentioned right now, we've had 20 races. As we're seeing Marshall Harris on track right now. Looks like he's coming out for the first time. Marshall Harris 11 laps down. Not sure if he had to go make dinner or go check out a new truck that his dad bought. But here he is in 25th. He'll get that joke later. We love Marshall. But there he is, going to be coming out for the first time. But awesome stuff right now, holding on to it. The top three are your Championship 3 drivers. Blaze Crawford right now in 10th spot, working his way up to the front. Good stuff all the way around. One thing I want to touch on, too, before we forget about it, the Team Championship. Unbelievably close race right now. Bowie Esports is leading the standings for that. Flagship Motorsports is about 36 points back, and then Murphy Esports is 56 points back. So really it's about a 56-point spread between those three teams. Devin, unfortunately, being out today will be a huge blow to the Murphy Esport camp as far as getting the team championship wrapped up today, but it's still close. You never know what can happen. And right now, we're going to find out the driver championships for the Championship 4, the Contender 4, but also the team championship today at the conclusion, once the math and the points are all settled. So that will be pretty cool to figure out. But man, 20 races, and you've got 3 teams all in the fight for that championship. Unbelievable. Super competitive season so far. Frankie right now making a move down low up against Matthew Fleming, way down low right there. Good stuff. Hey, folks in the chat, big thanks to you guys being here. Obviously, we can't do this without you, so awesome stuff. Hey, tell me who your favorite driver is right now. Who are you rooting for the championship? Let me know. What team do you root for? What driver, right? Let me know, and we'll tally him up. Excellent stuff, though. Mark Whitley up front. Brandon Bowie second. Nick Lights third. Tim Robb in fourth. Jackson Anderson rolling off right now in P5. So good stuff. Brentley Roden from Harpoon Design is rooting for the 77 of Mark Whitley. Shocker. I wonder why. Good stuff. Hey, Harpoon Design Cup Series, and you get the Harpoon Design team up front, sponsored by Harpoon Design. So, hey, man, that could be an awesome trifecta if Mark Whitley can become our first two-time champion here within ASRA. Bunch of battles out back real quick. Kenny Reel, Richard Woodruff. Looking pretty solid. Awesome stuff here in lap number 17. Field so far is pretty well spread out, and we have a big field. 26 drivers is incredible, in my opinion, for a finale of a race, right? Most of these guys don't have much going on here, but they are here supporting the race, the league. And, hey, just a huge shout out to the drivers for making this possible, making it a huge success. Definitely, it's just a dream come true. So really cool to see you guys out here. Real quick, want to talk about one paint scheme here that I was actually really excited to see. Let's bring it in. Here we go. Yeah, Daryl Young, man. Look at this car. Brand new car. I noticed he was running it in practice. Take a look at this thing, man. Woo! Wicked cushions on the side of this number 71 Harpoon Design racing team. I'll tell you what, I use Wicked cushions a lot, man, and they are super comfortable, super cooling. Like, I wear my headsets, for a long time, and I need some super good comfort and cooling. And man, these things are killer. So definitely go and check them out. I'm a huge proponent. I'm not getting paid to say this, but man, I love these guys so much. You got to go check them out. Wickedcushions.com. These guys know how to make pads, man, for your headset. Love to see this paint scheme on the track. So cool stuff right there. Love to see new paint schemes and different sponsors entering the space, right? iRacing and whatnot, and even the league. It's just super cool to see. So there he is. Josh Larson right now back in. I'll tell you what, he loves this place. Currently in 22nd. He likes a loose racetrack. Right now, though, not quite loose. It's definitely hot conditions as we entered in, but looking pretty good for Josh Larson right now. In the cockpit, let's take a look. Yeah, you can see in that rearview mirror, man, that sunset is setting. Right now, especially, too. Bam! Got blinded right there. In the exit to turn 4. The sunset isn't as blinding here because the grandstands are right there. It's kind of nice how they face the grandstands away from the sun. But, yeah, good stuff right there. Up front, not a lot changing so far. Mark Whitley is your leader. But Bowie is there. He's definitely catching right now about 0.4 of a second. It's not closing by a lot, but it is definitely closing. With Nick Lights right now in tow, 0.7 back. And these guys, they know, right? Stage points don't mean anything today. They know they got to just get to the end of the race, right? And be there to get that championship. But man, good stuff. When you see the top 3, and really Crawford's right here as well, right? In P6, making his way back to the front. So I feel like in no time, we're going to see our championship 4 all in the top 4. And that just tells you they are right here where they should be, competing for this championship. Good stuff. But I can't say enough about Phipps and Jackson right now. Look at these guys holding on to P4 and 5, right? They're not going for a championship, but they're here and they're doing it. Looking super stout early on. You'll love to see that. A couple of drivers a little bit back here as well. Again, 7 laps to go before stage 1 concludes. Let's take a look back a little bit. Looking at Roger Pierce right now and Millerin. Millerin's one of those guys, right? I mean, he's had kind of an up and down season. He has shown his speed, though. He definitely can be fast. And I think we've seen, I mean, even now, right? Right now, and currently P10, has some speed. We've seen some speed from him in earlier tracks, and man, he can just get this thing done. So I expect next season, a big season next season for Apollo. These guys, I'll tell you what, I think they're they're comfortable now. They know how to race it around each other. They know the format of the league. They know the feeling, the vibe. I think they're going to kill it next season, and I'm looking forward to that for sure. Michael Johnson, another one. Unfortunately, the plague for him this whole season has been internet issues and connectivity. He always jokes that his PC is a dinosaur, but that's okay. He's still out here doing his thing. But extremely fast, Michael Johnson is. Up front, the song remains the same right now, 0.3 of a second. Bowie has caught up a little bit, and I think Bowie's starting to realize that the outside lane might actually be the secret sauce. He's making it happen. You can see that backhand kick out a little bit. Mark Whitley, though, might not have to deal with Bowie right now, or at least at the end of stage 1 as we're approaching, but he's going to have to deal with him at some point. These guys are going to learn, right? Whose car is going to transition the best into nighttime conditions, right? That's going to be the key. Typically at nighttime, we're going to see tighter conditions, right? Cars a little bit less free, a little bit more tight, which could mean more speed, but it all depends. Oh, Michael Johnson, I believe that was. Off track a little bit. Keeps it going. Good stuff right there. Michael Johnson holding on to it. Seeing some battles right here. Look at this. Roger Pierce gets ahead. Tim Robb kissed the wall there a little bit, but I don't think it was that much. Christian Angel, Tim Robb, two guys going for that contender playoffs, keep in mind. And there he is. Both fighting for it. Awesome, awesome stuff. Good racing. And the outside line, this is the great thing about Homestead, right? Multiple groove racing. You can really run high line, middle line, low line. Very impressive. Bowie might have had a big issue here. Hold on, what happened? Bowie was about 0.3 of a second back, and then all of a sudden, 2 seconds back now. What happened to Bowie? Oh no. Unfortunately, not on our list of things to go back to replay on, but Nick Lights right now back to P2, but Mark Whitley gonna cross the line here, and the yellow flag is out. That will be stage number 1. That's gonna be it for Mark Whitley. There he is, the stage winner. Good stuff for that number 77. Led all of those 30 laps. And that's bad news for this field, because right now he's looking the best on track. Has the fastest speed, but also has the clean air. So do we see some strategy here to get out in front? Will we see a 2-tire stop at some point? I can promise you we will. We're going to come right back, folks. We'll talk to Mark Whitley. We'll go and thank some sponsors. Stick around. Welcome back, folks. Right now it is pitting time for the ASRA Battle Beaver Championship race here. Man, right now everyone comes down pit road. 4 tires, fuel, we expect that, right? But what will they do? Seeing Crawford already out on track right there. Whitley And there they are. That's the field coming down. Don't speed. Don't do any of that, right? Just get off pit road clean and nice. So far, good stuff. Let's bring him in. Let's bring in Mark Whitley, your stage winner for stage 1. Let's get him in real quick once we track him down real fast. Here he is. Hey, Mark Whitley, man. It's Steve in the booth. You got me?
Gotcha.
Hey, man. Looking pretty strong, obviously. Led the first 30 laps, have the clean air, and look the fastest right now. So, looking pretty good. We talked about, hey, I know you're not the biggest fan of this format, but you won Season 4 this way. And right now, you're looking to be one of the favorites, man. So, how are you going to win this championship?
Hopefully just more of the same. Feel like we, clean air is king, and just keep hitting our marks and just do what we do, and hopefully we can just stay out front and stay in clean air the whole race.
Yes, sir, man. How do you expect the track to transition as the night goes down? Is it going to get tighter, do you think, or do you think multiple grooves are going to go away? What do you think?
I think it'll probably start, speed up a little bit, pick up some grip. It'll probably tighten up a little bit. Right now it's definitely gripped up from practice. From the beginning of end of practice, it got a lot of grip, and then now it's even got more. So I expect it to keep getting more and more grip, and hopefully just we can stay ahead of it and be good in the nighttime when it matters.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, great job so far. Good luck, dude.
Thank you.
There he is, Mark Whitley, and right now we're going to be the choose car. Here we go. If you're not familiar with how this works, hey, the real world, they have a choose rule, right? You go left for it to choose the inside lane and choose the outside lane. Pick that, right? We have a choose car. Nice and bright and orange. So they just choose the left side to go down that way and the right side to choose the outside lane, and off they go. Good stuff right now. Huge thanks again to Brandon Davis all season long for being race control. He is departing us after this season, so we want to just thank him for his service today and throughout the season. Really impressive stuff, and man, really appreciate the effort he's put in. So good stuff. Right now, though, lap 34, so stage 2 will end on lap number 70. So keep that in mind. That's going to be huge as well to figure out how that works. And look at this. The top 4 drivers are your Championship 4 contenders. How surprising. Obviously, we know these guys are strong, right? Whitley, Bowie, Lights, and Crawford. But racing clean, racing fair, right? It's not go time yet, but you want to stay in the front. Blaze, though, has shown speed. He got through that entire field and still was able to maintain with the tires. So that's pretty dangerous for this field. We're going to find out, though, as we begin stage 2. Here we go. Pace car in. Stage 2 is going to begin now for the Battle Beaver Championship race here in Homestead. And we're off. We finally did it. We snuck in the Bring the Noise without bringing out a yellow, knock on wood. Man, awesome segment. Again, thanks to Harpoon Design on the hood of that number 77 and on the title sponsor of the series. Awesome stuff right there. Right now, Mark Whitley up front still, Bowie, Crawford, Lights. Your top four. Good stuff right now. A little further on back, Millerin, we just talked about him, man, having a great race. Up to P5 right now, doing his thing. Very strong run. Phipps and Anderson back there as well. Tim Robb and all these guys right now. Great stuff as we race. Let's go on board real quick. Tim Robb. You'll be able to see kind of the conditions here as they're dealing with it, right? Right now, the sun's still going down. Just about sunset. That harshness, of the sun is going to be gone right now in about turns 3 and 4, right? There's no more glare at this point. Maybe I spoke too soon. There it is still, so not quite gone yet, but just almost below that grandstand. So we're still dealing with that sun a little bit. But overall, some good stuff up at the front. It's getting real close now. Bowie up behind him. Trying to catch him. There he is. 1/10 of a second back. And Blaze Crawford, 7/10. Nikolai's right behind, and then Hosky Machine in P4. So good stuff. Battle right here. This is for P6. What an awesome job right now. Anderson, Phipps, all choosing different lines. Oh, Nick Lights got real out of shape right there. Got to hold on to that, and he did. Maintains his P4 spot, so good job. And man, so far, what a race, right? Just, I'm seeing a lot of patience, a lot of, just overall good racing, right? I'm sure it's going to heat up at some point, but man, right now, this is really good to see. The last race of the season, right? Awesome stuff. More positions changing hands. Anderson, Phipps, battling right here. This is for P7 and 6. Rosso made a move there around Tim Robb. I think Tim Robb has some damage maybe on the right side. Couldn't quite tell that. Yeah, just some scrapes right there. Nothing too big, but definitely has kissed the wall a few times. But nothing really too bad, it would seem like. Oh, 3 wide here. Roger Pierce in the middle of Anderson and Phipps. The track is wide enough to do that. And man, good job. Anderson going to force 3 as well behind Millerin. Decides against it, pulls back a little bit. Good racing right now, right? Awesome, awesome to see. Jackson gonna throw it in again. Gets a run. Oh, Roger gets a little loosey. Oh boy, into Andrew Phipps. And our first caution is out. And Roger Pierce gets into Andrew Phipps. Man, Roger spins it out on his own. And unfortunately, Phipps was right there as well. And man, I hate it for Phipps because he's gotten that bad luck bug a couple of times, right? Involved in other people's messes. Roger Pierce does it again. Let's take a look back real quick at what actually happened. We'll see if we can find out if we can track it down. Yeah, so that's the end of it right there. We'll go back a little further up if we can kind of get a better angle here. Yeah, so right here we're 3 wide. And yeah, still 3 wide right here. I don't know. don't believe we got involved with anybody here as far as contact, but we'll just play out a bit. Comes up, I believe, right here. We went too far back. My apologies. Let's take a look. So there's Roger right there. Still not there. I believe it might happen right here out of turn 2. We'll take a look just to make sure. Yeah, the back end's kicking out right there. He loses it. And just complete overcorrection. And that'll be that right there. So our first caution for incident today has come out. Roger Pierce loops it around. Andrew Phipps got involved as well. I don't know that his damage is huge. Don't see the right front has pretty well beat up in the front end as well. So, man, not good, obviously. That's a bummer for Andrew Phipps, obviously. Roger Pierce has some damage as well, obviously, from that. But besides them, well, Josh Larson actually pit as well, so he's there. I'm guessing took tires were there. Couldn't quite confirm that, but that is the case. So that's that. Right now, though, we have the choose car incoming on lap number 47. There comes Phipps right there, so not going to lose a lap, which is great. We're going to give you the good version of the choose car. There we go. Choose car in place. We're going to choose right now. What lane do you want? Inside or outside? We're going to find out. Lap 47. By the time we go green, about 20 laps, roughly, until the end of stage 2. So, a little bit ways to go. Everyone doing their thing right now. So far, so good. Huge thanks, while we have the time, just to thank our sponsors real quick for the entire season. Hosky.io, KK Woodscapes, man, Battle Beaver on today, Admin Box, Harpoon Design. Lots of fantastic people. Sagan Steak Pool, they came on for a few races, which are awesome. Man, Cardano, just a lot of good people over there. And support this league, support this channel. So we love that. Right now, though, we're going to get back going. Green flag will happen next time by on lap number 49. So about 21 laps to go here before the end of stage number 2. And keep in mind, like right there, right? I mean, you know, Larson being in the back, you know, that affects the flagship, you know, motorsports team championship. Andrew Phipps, you know, that affects the Bowie Esport championship, right? Trying to get themselves that team championship. Because in this league, right, the way the points are determined is the top 3 drivers in a race of a team, their points go towards the championship. So if you're flagship, Bowie, or Murphy, you need your 3 best guys as close to the front as possible at the end of stages and the race. So we're going to find out how that works. But right now, your championship 4 are your top 4, the first 2 rows. And here we go. Back green right now for the Battle Beaver Championship. Stage number 2. Here we go. Good stuff right now. Top 4 looking pretty strong. We're seeing Miller and we're seeing Anderson all working right here, trying to get themselves up to the front as well. Tim Robb going to maybe make it 3 wide. Going to run the high line here. Gets right behind Frankie. Going to get a great run. Frankie kisses the wall a little bit. Has to get through it. Man, look at this racing right now on lap 50. Really good stuff so far. Mark Willie continues to be up front, and I'm really curious, right? He has the clean air. He mentioned it. What happens when the clean air goes away? You know, what happens if Bowie or Crawford, Lights, somebody else maybe, gets that clean air in the front? What happens? We see it shift, right? We will find out, maybe. Mark, though, looking very dominant so far. Top couple of drivers here right now, Michael Johnson, Christian Angel. These guys going for that contender playoff championship too, right? Christian Angel, Tim Robb, pretty close together. Frankie Barroso right now as well, right in front. So all three are pretty much right in line on the outside lane. Kenny Reel, Michael Johnson here, going to go 3 wide, maybe. I thought Kenny was going to split that needle there a little bit between Johnson and Robb, but does not do that. Michael, though, uh-oh. Maybe not. It's early, but it's not that early, right? We're going to see the temperature rise a little bit as this race goes on. Crawford makes a move here. This is for P2. Bowie, smartly enough, holds back. And this is the Brandon Bowie that I know, right? Very conservative, holds back a little bit, right? You know what? If you want to get to the front so bad, lead some laps, sure, go for it. I'm going to sit back here and save my tires, right? And I think that's what Bowie does best. And right now we're going to see that potentially. Nick Lights as well. We know he drives hard. We know Blaze and Mark drives hard, so that's what could separate them. Hey, long race though still to be had, so we'll find out. Crawford though, can he challenge Whitley? We've only seen Bowie really be able to get close to Whitley, but what does Blaze have? As right now we're seeing some big changes right here, back at about 8th through 10th. Tim Robb really making a case for himself right here. Looking good. Frankie right out in front as well. Right now in P8. And again, for those wondering, hey, where's Devin Smecker? We covered it earlier on. Devin was a contender 4 driver today, but unfortunately, internet issues resisted him from getting into the race, so unfortunately, he is out. So the contender 4 tonight are more like the contender 3, but that's fine. They've all earned it. Frankie Barroso, Tim Robb right now, and Christian Angel all going for that secondary championship. And look at this, man. Great stuff. Up high and down low. Feels like New Hampshire all over again from this past weekend, man. Good stuff. Well, just minus the rain tires and the rain, but overall, pretty sweet. Further on back, we're seeing some fantastic racing. Austin Salyers back here in P15. Woodruff from Mealy, a little loose right there. Oh, man, into the wall hard. Yeah, he just kissed the wall there. I don't know if he broke it loose or whatnot, but man, yeah, he is hard into the wall there. I don't know how hurt he is. The left side looks fine, but the right side we'll see when he comes back around. Yeah, he's got a pit. Oh no, huge damage here on the right side of that drip drops machine. Gonna come down for an early stop, maybe fix that damage. But that's a tough break for him and for Murphy Esports today. Mark Whitley up front though still. P1, Crawford, Lights, and Bowie. Your championship 4 all leading the field right now. Millerin and Matthew Fleming right now, P6 and 7. Looking pretty solid. These are 2 guys that haven't had wins this season, but have had solid runs, right? Fleming was a playoff driver, eliminated after the round of 8. And unfortunately didn't get into the championship. Also missed the contender 4. Either way, looking pretty good right now in P6. This is a huge motivational thing, right? If you had a bad season, hey, you know what? Come to Homestead, end it on a high note. And Millerin's doing just that, I feel like, right now, and end it on a high note and then rejoin next season for a really good night. So, a really good season. So, awesome stuff Villalobos on board right now. Let's take a look at what he's dealing with in that car. Look at this. Sunset's pretty much going down now. As you saw, there's no more glare. Lights are on the track. Sunset has happened a little bit earlier than planned as far as session, but so we're going to get about half of this race in daytime, half of it at night. And there will be fireworks, folks, so we cannot wait to see how this thing ends. Christian Angel can't get around Villalobos right there, but super good stuff. And there he is. Look at Crawford, man. He is right there trying to make a move. Could this be it for the lead right here? Blaze Crawford going to shoot it down low. Mark's been down low the entire time. I think right now we'll see him get a good run off of turn 2. As he does. But Crawford is right there. We have yet to see somebody challenge Mark Whitley. Blaze, though, is keeping it real. Oh, man, so tight. Whitley robs that lane for Crawford. He can't get the exit he wants to. Look at the damage, though, on the right side for Whitley. Not sure where that came from. Has some right side damage, just a little bit. Really just scrapes, but man. But changing up the lane. And there he is. If they battle like this for a while, this will bring Lights and Bowie back into the conversation. As we are 8 laps to go here for stage number 2. And keep in mind, stages are thrown when they cross the line, right? Not at the end of the lap. So, since stage 2 ends on lap 70, once the leader crosses the line for 70, that's when that yellow comes out. But man, good racing right here as we see. Quick update on the contender drivers. Rob and Angel close together here for 12th and 13th. And Frankie, though, up to 8th. And right now, though, Mark really had a big issue right there. Looks like couldn't quite tell at the end, but Blaze Crawford is going to be your new leader today. Championship 4 driver. Blaze Crawford in P1. Incredible job right there for Blaze. Got around Whitley. I still can't confirm yet if Whitley has some kind of an issue or not, or maybe just fried the tires. We can't really tell. Oh no, really off kilter right there. We'll try and get an update from race control perhaps, but man, tough break. Nick Lights and Brandon Bowie, though, not really catching up either. And these guys are still here. 5 laps to go before we get to the end of stage number 2. Fleming and Anderson holding on beautifully right now. Barroso moves up a spot, got around Millerin. So there he is right now, leading the contender drivers. Good stuff right there in Millerin. So Frankie leading those contender drivers right now. Right now in P7. Crawford. Oh yeah, look at Whitley. He really loose right there out of turn 4. Let's ride on board real quick. As we have 4 laps to go in stage number 2. Let's see what he's dealing with. He's way up high right now. Oh my lord. Super loose, looks like. And that's one thing they'll do, right? They'll ride up high against the wall because when you do that, you put in less wheel input into the steering, right? So less wheel input means you're kind of aiming more straight, and that means less amount of the car to kind of want to kick out. So the high line's good for loose conditions. Seeing Whitley downshift right there into the corner. Has to oversteer a little bit to make it kick back. Yeah, tough stuff right here. Conditions are definitely changing, as he knew they would, and everyone knew they would, so interesting stuff. But loose is not something I expected to hear as the sun goes down now, and as the sun goes away, right? As the lights come up, we expect the track to get a little tighter. But in this transition, it sounds like it gets a little bit loose, so that's interesting to hear. Lap number 68, we're 2 laps away from the end of stage number 2, and Blaze Crawford right now is your leader. Whitley, Lights, Bowie, and Fleming, your top 5. Kennedy Real having a good race too right now in P9. Holding on strong to that spot. I'll tell you what though, one thing I've been really impressed by is just the clean racing. Yeah, we had that one incident with Roger Pierce, right? But he got loose, and that can happen, as we're seeing a couple of these guys are. But man, besides that, pretty well clean, spread out, right? Everyone kind of doing their thing, and overall good stuff. I want to real quick, actually, you know what? I'll get to that next segment in stage 3. Right now, though, Blaze Crawford comes around, and there he is. Going to be your stage 2 winner. Blaze Crawford wins stage 2 for the Battle Beaver Championship. The points don't mean a lot, but for him, right? For the championship. But they mean everything when it comes to the actual race in the team championship. So that right there is going to be huge as well. So really, really cool stuff. Oh, I'm being shown that... Uh-oh. What just happened? Being shown that Crawford is out right now. Oh no. What happened there? Did he disconnect or... Oh man, just crosses the line for the stage. What the hell happened? So that is huge, folks, right there. Blaze Crawford just getting word back. It looks like he might have dropped, unfortunately, out of the session based on weather in the area. I guess Race Control was talking to... Or I guess Blaze was talking to Race Control earlier on about that it could be a possibility that he could drop. And it looks like he did, so that's huge. Man, I hate to hear that right now. Devin Schmecker got bit by that. And now Blaze Crawford, oh no. That's a heartbreak right now. We'll see if he can rejoin real quick. And see if he can make up those spots. If he can rejoin quickly, then that's kind of nice. It might be down 1 lap and he can get that back relatively easily. But man, that's just so... I just hate that, right? Really, really do. Either way, I mean, for now, everyone did just pit. We were going to talk to Blaze, obviously, as the Stage 2 winner, but I don't think we can right now, unfortunately. So that's a heartbreak. Championship 4 driver potentially out of this race as he won stage number 2. We'll take a step aside, folks, real quick to thank some sponsors. We'll come right back for the conclusion here of the ASRA Championship race presented by Battle Beaver.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers full sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
All right, folks, we are back to the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series Championship Race presented by Battle Beaver. Go and check them out, folks. BattleBeaver.com. Awesome controllers for everything you can imagine, man. Xbox, PlayStation, these things are incredible. I've got a couple of myself, man, and they're pretty solid. I've got young kids, and sometimes if they get a hold of them, I'll tell you what, they're resilient, they're hardcore, and they just are awesome. Very good stuff, customizable. Go and check them out. BattleBeaver.com. Also on social media as well. So good stuff. But right now, unfortunately, man, Blaze Crawford seemingly out of the race based on weather, we're hearing. Crosses the line for the Stage 2 win and then disconnects. Heartbreak for Blaze Crawford. Championship 4 driver. But that means, hey, if you're Whitley, Lights, or Bowie, guess what? This just got 25% easier to win this championship. So can you take advantage of it, right? Mark Whitley has shown to be the fastest one, but does this open up a chance for Bowie or for Nick Lights to get this thing done? We're going to find out right now. Pace car going to pull in. Stage 3 about to begin. And here we go. 60 laps to go to decide the champion. So far, great racing. Only one caution right now for incident so far. Very impressive stuff. Nick Lights got loose right there. Middle of that corner. That might open up a spot here for Bowie to run into. And he does. Frankie as well. Looks like maybe a little loose. Kenny Real going to try and get through it. Bunch of guys right here. Salyers and Christian Angel, teammates right there. Look out. Got to be careful. Right back here as well. Larson and Rob getting together. Slow it down now. You get a lot to race for. Intensity is picking up, folks. We knew it would. And right now on lap 76, we're getting down to the wire. 60 laps to go in the season. Christian Angel fighting it alongside of these guys right here. All teammates right here. Christian Angel, Daryl Young, Roger Pierce, Austin Salyers. Looking good right now. Tight stuff all the way around. You can see these guys, the impatience is kicking in. Take a look on board here. The chopper view. And yeah, we're seeing just different lines developing right. Maybe 3 wide here if Roger pushes it. Doesn't do it right there, but close racing right now on lap number 78. Man, good stuff. I still want to keep watching this pack right here. I feel like these guys are racing pretty hard right now. Good stuff. Up front, Mark Whitley, still your leader. Brandon Bowie, though, is back into P2. And looking pretty strong. The clean air, Mark. He got away from him a little bit until Blaze passed him. Mark had that damage fixed, looks like. A couple of scrapes. Got the new tires. So right now, this is the key, right? This is what I think is going to be huge. If this thing goes green the entirety of the way, they definitely have to stop for fuel once more. At that point, I can promise you we're going to see somebody take 2 tires. Usually Whitley is that guy, right, to take the 2 tires. But what do they do here? Do they take the 2? Do they take the 4? All depends on how that car is feeling. I've got a good feeling that these championship drivers all practiced for it. Right now we're seeing Blaze Crawford back on the track. A quick update for him after getting disconnected. Right now 3 laps down, so on the track, unfortunately, just not in a great spot. He's going to need a bunch of cautions here since there's no more stages, to get back onto that lead lap. We know how aggressive he is, but man, we will see if that can work. But just a heartbreak scenario for him. Gonna ride on Bowie real quick and take a look at how close he's getting to Whitley. This is the closest Bowie's gotten to Whitley so far this race, and there he is, gonna shove it down deep. Rides the inside, the apron just about. It's flatter there. Oh boy, maybe some contact, can't quite tell. Bowie's gonna have to be aggressive today. He's not typically that aggressive type, right? But he has to do it if he wants to win this championship. And there he goes, down low still. Not quite gonna get it done right there, but still has him side by side. Gonna try and get that clean air and see if that can help his car. The clean air, I feel like right now, is the deal breaker. Can they both get it done right now? They're still fighting for it. Nick Light's gonna be right there as well, as everyone's fighting for that top spot. 50 laps to go. And we are not going anywhere right now. This is the battle we want to watch for the top spot. Mark blocks it. Going to choose the bottom line. Nick Lice is right there now. So in your picture are the top three for the championship. And we saw Mark get loose on that end of the long run. So will he get loose again here? Now that we're basically at nighttime conditions. Just about. Here he comes right now. Man, Bowie right there. And Fleming sneaking his way back into. Look at this P4 right now. Very impressive run for Fleming. Bowie trying to get around Mark Whitley. Still side by side. Nick Light's on the outside as well too. Everyone trying different things. Surprised one of these two aren't going to that high line like Nick Lights is to try and get a run. But look at this, Nick now down low. Nick Lights steals P2 right now. And as these guys are racing, does Nick have a lot of tires left? We'll see. Oh, Jackson Anderson way off pace right here. Collects himself and back off he goes. But Whitley, we've seen these two race really hard before in past seasons. We haven't really seen that so much this season. Oh, but Nick gets loose right there. I think they all know and value that clean air that Mark has. They have to get it. We saw Blaze kind of run away with the clean air towards the end of stage 2. So can one of these guys do the same thing? Frankie Barossa right here as well in P5. That #1 contender driver. Looking pretty solid still. But so far, this is a great finish to this race, this championship. But we're not over yet. But 45 laps to go here, and green flag pit stops will have to happen. So the aggression level, it's rising for sure. Bowie getting loose right there. Nick Lights, though. Let's ride on board real fast. Nick Lights has that momentum. On the outside lane. Man, good stuff right here. Look at that momentum he gets out of turn 2, excuse me. He's right there, gonna try and stay in that top spot. Might kiss the wall here, doesn't quite do it. Gonna get a great run. You talk about a Hosky hot lap, man. Nick Lights is absolutely sending it right now. Very fast car. Good stuff. These boys know it's go time, right? It is time to get to the front. They know a green flag pit stop is going to happen. But they all want that number one spot. They want the clean air. Number one key, they want the clean air. You got to be on the offense, and look at Nick. Nick, you can tell, is a wheelman. He is just holding that thing up against the wall. Good stuff right now by these two. Man, this is exactly what we want to see for a championship race at the end of a season. Quick update on a few more guys right now. Everyone doing pretty good. Oh, look at this. Kenny Reel. Christian Angel. Racing hard right here. Super good stuff. As we get down to the end of this thing. Further on back, everyone's pretty well cautious right now. Nick Lights making a move here down low at the front. He's down low. Mark just couldn't quite get there. And now if you're Bowie, right, are you back into conservation mode? Okay, you tried to get to him, you couldn't. So now you have to maybe pull back on the, on the reins, as they say. Maybe save those tires, right? Try and beat him on the pit strategy, right? Take 2 tires, take 4 tires. I don't know. Maybe match him, maybe you don't match him, but a lot on the line right now. Frankie, though, getting up front. Matthew Fleming, super good run right now into P4. Man, look at this. Gets himself up front, and right now looking very good. Keep in mind, the team championship is one of those things they're trying to do, and they're the closest one to Bowie Esports to get it done. Matthew Fleming in P4, Jackson Anderson right there, part of the team in P5. All of these points matter, but super good stuff. Whitley's still your leader. Lap number 95. We expect these guys to pit around lap 100, give or take. Some might start pitting around lap 100, definitely before lap 110. So about 100 to lap 110, we'll expect these guys to start pitting. But pitting, they will must do, for sure. Right now we're seeing all that transpire. A little further on back, Michael Johnson up to P7. Great job for him. Millerin, Villalobos right now, 8th and 9th place. Some great racing so far. Man, I'll tell you what, for a championship race, I think these guys, they're just kind of, maybe not riding around, right? But they're just taking it easy. It's good stuff. Oh, back in the field, Millerin looks like got out of shape. Keeps it going straight. Awesome recovery there. The number 10 car. Great job. Tim Robb and Josh Larson fighting for it. Super impressive stuff right here. Good runs. Christian Angel. Oh, Villalobos, hold on to her. Man, almost lost that one in turn 2, but kept it under him. Good stuff. Blaze Crawford moving his way back to the front. Keep in mind, he is a championship driver, but he's down 3 laps due to a connection issue earlier on, right after stage 2. He won stage 2, crossed the line, and then unfortunately, just poof. There he went. Internet and weather issues, so heartbreaking right there for him, but still can get back into the thick of things if he can get some yellows. We'll find out. Bowie, pitting right now. Early pit. The undercut for Brandon Bowie. Here he comes. the fuel window is open. They can go about 38 to 40 laps on fuel. And right now, we're 35 laps to go. So this is Brandon Bowie's shot. He knows he can't beat Whitley straight up. So he has to come down pit road now and get it done, get the tires fresh. And he will gain some time on him right now. This should get him the track position. We see 2 tires right there, 4 tires coming on. And Whitley, here he is, does not come down pit road yet. So this is going to be a huge advantage for Bowie. Now again, he can't have a caution come out, but this undercut will gain him a ton of time if the leaders right now do not come down for a bit. This could be a winning move if he can make it work. Very bold strategy, but I like to see that, right? And here we go. Your leaders, Whitley and Lights, come down pit road. This is the money stop. You cannot mess up here. No speeding. No pit road exit issues. You have to come down now. Bowie forced their hand. But what do? Does somebody take 2 tires? Does Whitley take the 2 tires, 2 right side tires? We know he's that guy to do it. Does Lights do it? We'll take a look. Right side's on. For both of them. 4 tires it is for both drivers. Interesting call. No one's taking those 2 tires. And off they go. Whitley and Nick Lights. Matthew Fleming is going to be leading right now. Takes the lead over. We're going to see a few more drivers come down pit road. Michael Johnson, Daryl Young, Jackson Anderson. All coming down pit road. This is exactly what we wanted to see, folks, for a championship race, man. Woo! Green flag pit stops, minimal cautions, the big dogs racing it out. Tell you what, awesome, awesome stuff. Cannot be happier to see how this plays out. Fleming continues to lead the race right now. Frankie Barroso in first place. And keep in mind, too, for Fleming, this is big, right? This is leading a lap. You lead 1 lap, you get a bonus point. And that could be huge, right, for the team championship that him and his team is trying to fight for. Matthew Fleming, the owner of Flagship Motorsports, putting on a hell of a show right now, trying to get his team a championship, right, of some kind. Blaze Crawford, his teammate, unfortunately might be out of it. But he is right there. Look at this. Bowie and Mark Whitley fighting for it right here. Bowie was in that spot, right? He undercut just a little bit, but this is... Oh, no, huge issue right here. Brandon Bowie and Whitley get together here. Bowie back on track, saves it. Gonna slide up a little bit, but keeps it going. Unbelievable job for Bowie to hold on to that. Really, for them both to hold on to it. Unbelievable job, Whitley. And Bowie made great saves right there. Bowie had the undercut, tried to get himself the clean air, and he had it, but Whitley just got around him right there. Unfortunate for Bowie. Nick Lights right there as well. But it comes down to this, lap 105. These guys aren't the leaders yet, keep in mind. So right now, Matthew Fleming, the top 5 have all stayed out. Fleming, Barroso, Dunkelberger, Larson, and Pont. As Frankie comes down now to service that car, gonna get the tires. Fleming still your leader. Dunkelberger as well. Good points days right now for Flagship going on. I'll tell you what, they might steal this team championship away from Bowie Esports, as Flagship is doing exactly what they need to do to earn them that win. We're going to find out as this thing concludes. But man, Fleming down pit road, your leader. Do not pit. Locked him up a little bit on the entrance. Oh, yellow flag is out. Oh, no. What happened? Roger Pierce again crashes, it looks like. The front end all beat up. Oh, man. What happened here? Yellow flag on lap 107 after everyone has pit, and that's huge news. We'll get to why in just a second, but let's take a look. Try and see if we can find out what happened here. Roger Pierce, though, involved once more. Oh, man, Anderson just killed him. Can we go back a little bit and find out what was the issue with that right here? Okay, so Anderson, Roger Pierce racing together. I believe it happens in turn 3. Yeah, I think Roger might have broke a little earlier than Jackson anticipated, and Jackson was just there. I can't quite tell, obviously. Let's take a look real fast. One more angle. Anderson. My apologies, trying to get the onboard angle of that real fast if we can. Here we go. Okay, so here's Anderson. Here's the cockpit view. We're going to see what actually happens here. I mean, does Roger brake a little early, or does Jackson just send it, right? That's the difference. Yeah, that's tough. I think Roger just broke earlier than Jackson thought, and that's about it right there. So, huge implications right now, obviously. Lap 108. Only our second caution for incident. So far, a very, very good race. Long green flag runs. We had the green flag pit stops. But this is not what the leaders wanted to see, right? This is not, if you're Mark Whitley, this is not what you want to see, I feel like. You don't want to see the field to get stacked up, right? Because that might mean more yellows and more aggression, right? But that can happen. As we're seeing a lot of these guys come down pit road. Tim Robb right now. Woodruff and Blaze Crawford. But Whitley going to be maintaining the lead. Fleming right now being shown as P2, so he's going to maintain that spot. And that's huge for Fleming because he just pit and he stayed on the lead lap. And he's going to stay in that number 2 spot. So that's huge for him. He maintains that, which is fantastic. So could Fleming pull out a win here and steal this thing away from one of the championship drivers? Obviously, all the championship drivers have to do is finish ahead of the other 3. But you just never know. And right now, we're at the choose car. We're going to have about 33 laps to go, give or take, before the race ends. Right now, fantastic stuff and good racing. As we expected to see, right? So the top 17 drivers are on the lead lap. And Bowie, right now in 13th spot, I believe he just came down pit road to maybe take his last set of tires. Can't confirm that just yet, but I believe that was the case. Yeah, Bowie did come down pit road. Let's take a look real quick, get a quick visual. Comes down pit road right here. We'll see if he takes the 4 tires. Yeah, he definitely does. So, smart move right there. Gets the fresh tires. Most likely his last set as well. So that's good to know. Good to verify. So Brandon Bowie will be starting in P10. And he'll have the freshest tires as opposed to the drivers in front. So that could be huge as far as getting through the field, right? So that's going to be a storyline this last 30 laps or so. Good stuff. Mark Whitley, though, going to be your leader. Followed by Fleming, Nick Lights, Reel, and Jeremy Millerin in the top 5. But this was the key, right? New tires versus old tires. This is what the storyline is now. Which one will prevail? 25 laps to go here for the Battle Beaver Championship race for the ASRA Harpo Design Cup Series. Here we go. Back underway in Homestead. Three wide already right now. We're going to see these guys with fresh tires fly through this field. Bowie not going to try and force it 3 wide. Got to be patient. There's still time. 24 laps to go. And Nick Lights, though, way up high right now, are going to try and make a move around Whitley. He's going to get a better exit. But can he get around him? Look at this bee's nest right here of drivers. Frankie being held back right there in that 48. By the traffic. Brandon Bowie, though, already up to P7. Up front, no change. Lights is there, but not quite there just yet. Bowie up to P7 right now. Kenny Reel making a move here up against Miller, and this is for a top 4, excuse me. Good stuff. Kenny Reel and Millerin fighting side by side here, but watch out for Michael Johnson. Going to get a killer run right here on the outside. More 3-wide action, 22 laps to go. I'll tell you what, folks, everyone's fighting for something. If you're not fighting for the championship, you're fighting for the contender championship. If you're not fighting for the contender championship, you're fighting to get your team that #1 team championship spot, as we see. So this is huge for everybody. Mark Whitley is right there, but Nick Lights is there as well. Can Nick catch Mark Whitley and get around him for the lead? 21 laps to go. This is the crunch time, right? This is what it all comes down to. You've prepared your whole season for this. Whitley has been the dominator so far of this race, and he had to win Bristol to get here. Keep in mind, for Whitley, had to win Bristol to get here, and finds himself in that #1 spot. But look at the run Lights is going to get here. That gap just closes right there, but then it stops. Going to go down low here, Nick Lights. Ooh, some contact entering 3. Still side by side. Oh, man. Look at this. So close right here. This is why we do this, folks. Neck and neck racing. Super tight. Who wants it more? Nick Light's a little loose right there. Oh, no. Nick Light's going to be out of control here. Way off pace. Oh, no. Just couldn't quite hold on to it. And going to be way out of the way right there. Just fought hard and couldn't hold on to it. Still time to catch up. Bowie right there as well in P4 with fresh tires. 18 laps to go. Mark Whitley up front. Matthew Fleming in P2 so far. This is his best race of the season right now. Led some laps right now in P2 and doing a fantastic job. And he could play spoiler. He could win this damn thing, and doing a good job so far in P2. Nick Lights, Brandon Bowie. This right here, they're going for it. Bowie makes his way around. Lights might just not have the tires at this point. Fought way too hard, too early. And that is unfortunate. Blaze Crawford, keep in mind, yes, he is right there, right behind in that green banner. But he is 2 laps down, unfortunately, so he's not actually in this picture right now. He is 2 laps down from, again, after stage 2, he got disconnected based on his weather and internet connection. So super unfortunate, but right now, needs a lot of cautions to happen here. Villalobos, a little slow right here. Looks like Anderson as well. Weiss maybe even. Thought there was some kind of a caution right there, but we stay green so far. Brandon Bowie still catching a little bit. Right now the gap is a 1.5 seconds with 16 to go. He's going to need a caution right here to catch back up, I feel like, and really have those tires be at advantage. If we get a caution, Bowie might be in the catbird seat. Dunkelberger and Miller right here fighting for top 6. Looking pretty good. Look at this, though. Look at this battle. The contender playoff drivers all in a line. Frankie, Christian, and Tim. All in a line trying to get themselves that contender playoff win right there. And they are so close. Tim Robin, P10. Christian Angel, P9 right there. And then Frankie Barroso in P8. All trying to hold on to it and get themselves that contender win. Mark Whitley, though, so far, out in front with 14 laps to go. Matthew Fleming, though, is in P2. He's tracking him down. It was about 7 or 8 tenths, but now it's definitely dwindling. Brandon Bowie is catching as well. So, man, this could come down. Maybe a last lap pass or something wild. So let's see how this thing ends right now. Unbelievable. 13 laps to go. Top 16 are on the lead lap. Crawford 2 laps down. Keep in mind right there on your tower. Not in that free pass position. So even if cautions were to come out, he's not going to be in that spot. So it would seem like his championship hopes are over, unfortunately. Mark Whitley, though, is in that top spot. He needs 12 more laps to become Season 6 champion. He got it done back in Auto Club of 2 seasons ago. Season 4. Battling alongside Brandon 6 on the last lap. But here he is. Car looks a little loose. Let's take a look on board real fast. Let's kind of assess what's going on here in that number 77 machine. Look at the side mirror. He sees that car of Brandon Bowie. Just has to hold on to it a little bit. Car not looking too bad right now. He's got a whole lot of Matthew Fleming, though, in that rear view. Fleming doing a fantastic job trying to catch him, but Whitley right here as well, trying to hold on to that lead. Cool, calm, and collected for Whitley right now. Fleming a half a second back, and Bowie right here as well. 8 tenths. So Bowie's catching, and Bowie is faster than both of these guys, but can he get there? 10 laps to go. We know Mark is aggressive. He'll do whatever it takes to win this championship. Bowie, though, can he do the same? Does he have it in him to be aggressive and pass him, right, like he needs to? Big battle here. Frankie Barroso, Millerin. This is for position right here for P7 and 8. Frankie still in that hunt right there for the Contender Playoff Championship, as he is a driver in yellow. Millerin trying to get back around him as well. But this is getting so close. Look at this. Whitley is fast. He has the clean air. But the clock is ticking. 8 laps to go for Mark Whitley. Millerin having some trouble right there. Dropped a few spots. Going to get passed by Barroso and then now Angel. Fleming was about half a second back. He still is, but Bowie has caught Fleming, so... Oh, Bowie into the wall there a little bit. Blaze as well. And here we go. Johnson fighting alongside Nick Lights. Nick Lights, man, has looked good all season long. And he won a race, right? But he just hasn't been able to really pull it off so far. Right now, man, unfortunate, potentially end to his season. Hey, made the championship 4 again, right? Which he's done, I believe, 3 times now, but just can't quite get the job done. Either way, very, very strong and very good performance there for Murphy Esports. Getting it done. But up front, 6 laps to go. Bowie was about 6 tenths back. Now he's about 7 tenths, so he's not gaining as much as he could before. Oh, Bowie's really loose right there. Wow. Wow, let's ride on board real quick. He sees the championship in his windshield now. Can he catch him? The deficit is 0.7 of a second now with 5 laps to go. Can he catch him in that 5 laps? Will we get a yellow? Will we get a yellow and go into overtime potentially? Something that nobody wants to see right now. But we are seeing, folks, the best of the best going for this championship. Mark Whitley, Season 4 champion for the ASRA Cup Series. And Brandon Bowie, Season 3 champion of the Cup Series. Oh, Bowie into the wall right there. Huge moment. These two both trying to be the second-time champion. Not back-to-back, but champion here. 2-time champion in the ASRA Cup Series. Whitley right now 4 laps away from getting it done. Right now, Marshall Harris not going to make the same mistake twice from last week. Pulls over. Much respect there. Mark Whitley is going to set sail now. 3 laps to go. Bowie, I think, gave it all he had. But I don't think he's going to have enough. Valiant effort right there for Brandon Bowie. Right now, falling back about a second. Just not going to be able to get there. Mark Whitley, barring catastrophe or yellow flag, is 2 laps away from achieving the thing that he does oh so well in multiple different leagues. We know Mark. He's been in this league for a while now, off and on, right, in different seasons. But Mark has done an incredible job of winning when he needs to. And last week, he won at Bristol when he absolutely needed to get himself advanced into this race. Gateway was not kind to him. But right now, comes around 3 and 4. Bowie nowhere in sight. And Mark Whitley going to be able to take the white flag here for the Battle Beaver Championship. No more yellows. This is going to be it. Mark Whitley in that number 77. Unbelievable season so far. Couple of wins. Couple of dominant performances, but nothing as dominant as what he's doing today and right now. Mark Whitley going to come around, turns 3 and 4, and he will be the first 2-time champion for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Mark Whitley is your Season 6 champion. Unbelievable job for Mark Whitley to get the job done today. He sat on the pole and did everything right today. Absolutely everything right to get the job done. Won stage 1. Lost stage 2. Had little loose conditions right at the end. But got it done today and will be your first 2-time champion for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. There he is. Incredible job, incredible season for Mark Whitley. Just an absolute beast with these. And we talked about it earlier, right? We said it. Mark Whitley is not the guy who likes this championship format. He just doesn't like it. Has had bad luck with it in the past. But today, everything went his way and got it done. 2-time champion here for the ASRA Cup Series, presented by Harpoon Designs. There he is. We're going to come right back, folks. We're going to talk to your top 3, as we always do. Whitley, Bowie, and Fleming. We'll come right back, folks. Stick around for the championship interviews as we come right back. We're going to bring him in right now, the champion of the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Normally we go 3-2-1, but today is different. The champion gets first dibs in the interview room. Let's bring him in. I cannot wait to have this interview. Mark Whitley, man, oh man, you got the job done today. Pole, stage 1. Hey, you're not a fan of these championship races, but guess what, man? You did it. You're the first 2-time champion for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series, and you got Harpoon Design on the car, man. How does it feel?
I feel like I have just drank about 30 cups of coffee and have the jitters because I am fucking pumped right now.
Dude, it's just overall impressive race. Obviously, we talked to you at the end of stage 1, right? You had the clean air, which we know is going to be king today. We saw you got a little loose there, kind of at the end of turn stage 2, and then Blaze, man, he just unfortunately gets disconnected from some internet or storm issues, so that's a heartbreak for him. Obviously, seemed like you and him were going to have a great battle there, but man, at the end of the day, man, super good run, dude. I mean, just how'd you do it?
Yeah, I was just trying to be patient. I know. I felt like they were trying to push me a lot harder after that first run, and it made me push the car a little bit more, and that's what got it loose there when Blaze got by me, because I was having to drive it harder to stay in front of him, just keep the clean air, and I just went in there and it got sideways one time, and I think it was 1 and 2, and these new tire model, once you slide them a little bit, it takes a few laps to get him calmed down, and he was able to get back by me, and I burned him up trying to get back to him, and I guess luckily for us, unlucky for him, he had the issue with the storms. I think it would have been a great battle between me and him at the end of the race. It seemed like all 4 of us really were fast. We were at the front of the field, and it was just about who could get clean air, and thankfully we were able to hold off that late charge by Brandon. I know he pitted there, Hail Mary getting his last set there. That caution came out, and I was getting a little worried. I was getting really close, and I was driving a little bit harder, and I don't know if he got loose one lap. I saw he fell off a little bit, and after that, Brantley was just yelling at me to not wreck the car and just bring it home, because we were hearing some interesting stuff happening in the back of the field, so I was trying my best to get back to the white flag before they could decide to alter the race and championship. So I was getting a little nervous there with a couple to go, but we got to the white flag, and Brantley was yelling in my ear to just take it easy because no pressure out back. And I think that's probably the most nerve-wracking turn 3 and 4 I've had here. I mean, I've went through, that was lap 134, and I was so nervous. I didn't want to get back to the gas and wreck it on the last corner, because I would never live that down. So I was just trying my best just to get back on it slowly. And once I got off the corner, I was throwing the straightaway. I was starting to hooping and hollering, and I'm pretty sure I woke up the neighbors. But I can't say enough. Brandon, Nick, both of them racing hard all race. Once Blaze, he got up and I was racing a little bit. I didn't get to race him too much because he was having connection issues all race. But I know Nick and Brandon both gave me one hell of a run. Me and Brandon got together off of 2 one time. I'm not really sure if I got loose and came off the wall or he came up. I really don't know what happened. I have to go back and watch. But and then Nick, I was able to get a run off of a 2, and I think he got loose on the bottom and about wrecked himself. He did a hell of a job saving it. Hats off to him for that, because that was a hell of a job, because I saw how sideways he was. And can't tell you enough for the league. It's second time I've been able to pull this off. Like you said, I'm not a fan of this format, but we've been able to get lucky enough and be at some good tracks we like, and I can't complain too much when you come out on top, I guess.
Yes, sir, man. Just an awesome and impressive effort, just all race long, man. So all season long, really. So multiple time winner, got it done. Had to win at Bristol last week to even be here, man. So I mean, that just tells enough about your ability. So great job, man. Give us a shout out to your sponsors, friends and family. I know you want to.
Oh yeah, I know. It kind of felt like that little Chase Elliott championship run. I had to win the last 2 races to win the championship, and was able to get it done. And like I said, first and foremost, gotta thank Brantley, man. Harpoon Design, spotting all these races for all of us, giving us all these great paint schemes. I made, race car drivers were even fake, virtual race car drivers were really superstitious, and felt like we had really bad luck with that the other paint scheme we had in the playoffs. And I mentioned that, and Brantley just kind of rolled his eyes. But before Bristol, he sent me this. He sent me this one. He's like, "Here you go. I know you said you didn't like the other. You thought the other one was bad luck, and I don't know if he can deny it at this point. 2 for 2 for the to win the championship. I think this paint scheme is going on the Hall of Fame at Harpoon Design headquarters, I think. But shout out to him. Check him out at harpoondesign.com. man does awesome work. He does really quick work too. He always gets back to you really quick. Or check out some of his stuff on Trading Paints. He's got like 2,000 of them or something like that, ridiculous on there. And huge shout out to my other teammates, Christian. I know he was running for the contenders. I'm not sure how that worked out for him. I think he might have come up a little short, but hell of a season. He's still pretty new to iRacing. Still hanging with the team. We're trying to help him out a little bit. So for his first season, I think that's a pretty good run for him. And some of our other teammates, I think Roger has had the worst luck out of anybody in this league. Seems like he gets in a wreck or gets involved in something every race, and hopefully we can have him back next season, or just have him back on the team because he's a great teammate to have. And it's just he's got the anti-golden horseshoe, whatever that is. He's got it, because I'm telling you, that man had no luck. If it weren't for bad luck, he'd have none. So, and then Daryl also, I think he got involved in a wreck sometime in the race, but they're all great teammates. Always like having them in the Discord and give me information and just palling around. Shout out to my family, mom, dad, granddad. They always tune into these broadcast races no matter how late they are, no matter what day of the week. I really appreciate it. Can't say enough having your family back. You really appreciate it. And shout out to the league and you for putting on a broadcast, having this great league. Great league top to bottom, a lot of strong, fast guys, and glad to be able to come back here. And we had to miss some of the races in the beginning of the season, but we finished it off right, and can't say much more than that.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, go and celebrate. Just, man, awesome job. 2-time champion. We'll catch you later on. We got a trophy to send your way too, man. So awesome job, dude. We'll catch you later on, dude. Awesome, man.
Hell yeah. Woo!
There he is, Mark Whitley, your champion today of the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series, man. Unbelievable job to get this thing done today. Just super impressive, right? To get it done the way he did in a dominant fashion. There was no question today that Mark Whitley was going to be your champion. He proved it all race long. Pole, stage 1 winner, and then winner today. So awesome stuff. We're going to bring in, real quick if we can, the champion of the Contender Series. Obviously not as prestigious, right, as the champion, right, playoff champion, but still just as something to fight for, right? I know his season didn't go for him, but let's bring him in real quick. Frankie Barroso is your Contender playoff champion. Let's sneak him in real quick. Here he is, Frankie Barroso, man. Woof! I know the season didn't go as well as it wanted it to, right? 3 wins on the season. Very, very good job. Couldn't quite get through the round of 8. But man, you did it today. The Contender playoff champion. I know it's not as prestigious, right, as the championship, but you still won it. Great job, man. Up and down day for you, it looked like. How'd it go on your end, man?
I mean, it went okay. I felt like I wouldn't say a comfortable top 5 car, but if I can get up there, then yeah, I could pretty well stay there. I could basically run the bottom, top, whatever I wanted. I just didn't have the speed early in the run like the top 4 did. In the long run, I was okay, and I wasn't blaze quick, but I wasn't slow. So yeah, a couple close calls, one early in the race, one late, but yeah, it only took the champion to use a bit of steroids last week, and I had a joke obviously, but but I mean, Whitley did his job last week and this week, so it still sucks. I don't want to be a Contender champion, but I will take it better than nothing. I call it, I mean, it's not really a loser's bracket, but it kind of feels like it a little bit, but I still get good stuff on it, and it's good for the team and for the name.
Yes, sir.
But, yeah, kind of wish at least a couple weeks went a little bit better, but it's life. It is what it is.
Yes, sir, man.
Congrats to Whitley on the chip. I believe, yeah, it's actually, he went 2 for 2 because he didn't run last year.
That's right.
So we'll regroup as a team, and we'll try to make sure he doesn't go 3 for 3.
Yes, sir, man. Love that attitude. Great job today. Again, hey, still a champion of some form or fashion, man. So great job today. We'll catch you, obviously. Have a good night, dude.
Thank you. I'm a contender championship for an actual championship. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Awesome job, man. Alrighty, we'll send him back to his team. There we go. Yeah, it's one of those things, right? It's not necessarily the favorite championship to win by these guys, but it is still a championship. So not a bad thing right there. We'll bring in your top three now. Fleming and Bowie. We'll bring in Fleming first. Here he is. And here he is right now. Matthew Fleming just talked to our champions of the contender and the playoffs right now. And man, Matthew, you did so good all day long today. Led some laps. Quite frankly, I feel like you looked the fastest you've looked all season long. You just had it going on, man. How'd the race go for you?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? At the end of the year, I finally have a good race. Just daytime, it was kind of crazy. I don't think I finished in the top 10 in stage 1. I didn't really like the handling of the car, but once it started getting nighttime, everything just kind of came together. Slowly made our way up there and seen some guys struggle and everybody using up their stuff. So, yeah, it felt good to be up front when everybody was pitting. Lucked out with the caution when I ended up pitting myself, so was able to get 4 freshies, which really didn't matter apparently with Whitley and Lights was up there on that final restart. But congratulations out there to Mark. He did a hell of a job tonight driving. Overall, pretty happy. Obviously with the P3 and then flagship in general. We actually had a pretty good night. Unfortunately, Blaze with the weather trouble. Wish I would have seen that change a little bit different there. That way he didn't actually cut out. But overall, I can be pretty happy with it. I think team championship's going to be really close, but who I think is on the Bowie roster, I don't think flagship got it. I think we're still going to be probably 30 some points behind them. So knowing that, I want to congratulate Bowie Esports on the team championship, as I believe they got that wrapped up. So, but yeah, the race was pretty nice. It actually felt good to feel fast for one time the whole season. So.
Yes, sir, man. Really good job, obviously. Yeah, we'll do the math after the race, but it's going to be super close either way. But, I mean, at the end of the day, super close performance by you guys. Obviously, Blaze going out like that hurt the team championship, potential, right? Because he was, so low in points at that point. But either way, man, going to be close. Stage points do count on that, so we'll count them up. But, hey, give us a shout-outs real quick. Any sponsors you have. And hell of a day, man.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. I want to shout out. We obviously got the Flum Dogs 88 machine. I actually had a fast car once again, and I want to shout out our other main sponsors here in Flagship. Yeah, we got the Wheels America on the 12, San Antonio Karting Complex. We have our new sponsor, Texas OEM Wheels, and then of course Harpoon Design. They make all of our paint schemes, so shout out to them. And once again, shout out to Mark. Shout out to you up there in the booth. Can't wait to go back and watch it, and all the fans out there. And overall, just shout out to Flagship. Like I said, I'm really, really proud of this group. Looking forward to next season and seeing what we can accomplish.
Yes, sir, man. Awesome job today. We'll catch you next time, man. Have a good night.
Hey, you too. Thank you.
There he is, Matthew Fleming, P3 on the day, excuse me. And man, a valiant effort by him and his team to try and win that team championship. If we do the math in our head, it's pretty close, but I believe Bowie might squeak it out once we do the math, obviously. So good stuff. We're going to bring in Bowie. He'll be our last conversation we have for tonight. Let's bring him in real quick. Here he is, Brandon Bowie today. Finishes P2. Man, incredible job today. I know it's not the championship you wanted. You didn't get it, but you look so close. You look so good. You took the tires early on when that caution came out, and you were fast. You were really, really fast on the fresh tires. But what happened?
Yeah, just got to the end. I just wasn't very good on the long run. I knew I would be good on the short run. So, if I could get it to where a caution came out, 5 laps after we went, we restarted, maybe I shuffle up to the front, and then once I got to the front, like I don't think it would have been very, very difficult for him to try and get back around me. That's just, as we've seen today, it was really, really hard to pass. And the one guy that could pass him and could really challenge him was Blaze, and unfortunately he had some connection issues. So, I'm at peace with finishing second. That's perfectly fine. I didn't have the best of season, a lot of missed opportunities, and it's about where it ended with another missed opportunity. So, it's cool. It is what it is.
Yeah, either way, man, hell of a good job, obviously. And hey, we haven't done the math yet, but it's starting to look like that you guys might be the team champions over for the team championship itself with a great day today. So we'll confirm it later on. But man, if that is the case, what's that mean to you?
Oh man, team championship means a lot. Driver championship means a lot as well. But having a team championship, having an actual trophy to show that the team could come together, and we had a lot of up and downs this season, a ton of them. And within the last couple of weeks, they really just put it together and tried to really fight. We knew coming in it was going to be close. And if we knew that if we can get 3 of our drivers to finish in the top 10, that we would have a chance. And yeah, I mean, I know it's not official yet, but if we do have it, I have to definitely say that we did a heck of a job to battle all those teams this season.
Yes, sir, man. Awesome job. We'll do that math in just a little bit, but great job, man. We'll catch you, next season. Big things next season, man. IMSA experience kicking up. Keep up, keep that in mind. Got some good stuff, man. Really excited to do that and to work alongside you for those things. So, good job, man. I know it didn't end for you, but real quick, give us a shout out real quick to your sponsors if you have any, and friends and family. What you got?
Yeah, just want to, of course, just thank the team. I mean, like I said, the team has done so much testing and so much prep to just try and get to where we are now. Unfortunately, Frankie had a mishap at Bristol. We were doing everything possible to get 2 of us in the final 4, and I think that would have been awesome for 2 of us to get in, but things happen, right? So, like I said, gotta thank the team, gotta thank my family, gotta thank you, Steve, for putting on the broadcast for the league. Definitely gotta thank you for the excitement for the ASRA experience next season. I think that's going to be really, really cool. If you guys don't know anything about it, hopefully stay tuned and we'll have more details. Yeah, gotta. That's all I got. I'm wore out.
All good, man. Yeah, we talked to your teammate Frankie. Obviously, he won the contender championship, so there is that. You won a championship of some kind today, so I guess that's not a bad day, at the end of the day. So good stuff, man. Hey, we'll take a break. Have a good night, and we'll catch you very soon.
All right, thanks, Steve.
Thank you. Alrighty, there he is, Brandon Bowie. Awesome stuff ahead for him and for ASRA. So cool right there. Man, what a night tonight it was. Unbelievable. Let's bring up that finishing order. There it is. We'll let that play for a second. But man, Mark Whitley, your champion today for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Huge thanks to Hosky.io, Harpoon Design, obviously, KK Woodscapes. Man, I mean, just Admin Box, Cardano, Sagan Stake Pool for coming on board. A couple of races, Cardano as well, and Drip Drops. All those guys. Everyone who supported us all season long. Really, really cool stuff, obviously. And big day today, obviously, the Battle Beaver Championship. Them coming on board as they usually do for the championship. Huge for us to have them on board. So big thanks to them. Battle Beaver, go check them out. BattleBeaver.com and on social media. Super cool people. For now, though, hey, my name is Steve. We're done right now for Season 6 of the ASRA Cup Series. We're going to come back, though. Season 7 will begin August 6th. So stay tuned for that. Still on Tuesday, still at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So catch us then as we hit Daytona August 6th for a brand new season. Stay tuned for that. We'll always be here on Thursdays for the Extreme Graphics Next Gen Series. This Thursday coming up for their second to last race of the season at Gateway. and then next week for the Nora Truck Series. So a lot of cool stuff, folks. Have a fantastic night. Mark Whitley, your champion today. Big thanks to you again as well for supporting the stream, the league. Hit the like button, subscribe button. Man, hit all the buttons, I guess. Leave a comment. Do your thing. We appreciate you. Have a good night, folks. We love you.